We got copies of his medical results. His doctors have already told him. His family is aware. And the looting mafia is also aware. Unfortunately, some members of his family and the looting mafia, led by Kudakwati Tagurei, are taking advantage of his mental sickness. They are taking advantage of his memory loss and forgetfulness to make him sign documents they are using to loot the country. Because of this vascular dementia, Mnangagwa is no longer aware of what is going on around him. It is so serious that on Thursday last week, he even forgot who July Moyo was or what ministry he runs. He even argues with his aides on whether he is at home or in the office at work. That's how serious it is, comrades. The result is that vultures are circling around him. They are looting in his name. They are selling state-owned companies in his name. They are even hiring and firing government and state employees in his name. That's how bad it has become. Dubious characters you didn't elect are now exercising presidential powers. They follow him to his farm to give out tenders in his name. They take away your farms in his name. They even appoint and disappoint army generals on his behalf. It is a free for all for the criminals around him. This says to stop. You have also seen him. He doesn't even know that the Zimbabwe football national team is no suitable ground in Zimbabwe to use for home matches. He doesn't know all those things, yet he is the president. Every time he is publicly addressing you, the moment he moves out of script, he starts asking the chief secretary about people around him. He asks anyone around him about anything. This is the president that we have. Those that are around him are taking advantage of this situation. They are now using him to sign anything that they come up with. And they have actually devised a way of looking through his weaknesses. The fact that he's not resigning because of his ill health, we are impeaching him so he goes to rest. This is his charge sheet. Here are the irrational and captured decisions that Mnangagwa has made, which warrant his impeachment. 1. Economic mismanagement and the fraudulent issuance of treasury bills. These were issued to Kudakwashe Regiment Tagurei, the president's business partner and close associate. This criminal activity resulted in the local currency collapsing. The currency collapse wiped out approximately 4.5 billion US from the market. As a result, your savings between 2019 and 2024 were totally wiped out. 2. Looting of POSB. Attorney General Virginia Mabiza took advantage of Emerson's mental illness to draft letters in the president's name and sanctioned an illegal and fraudulent privatization of POSB Bank. We are now aware of this unfortunate criminal activity since it was widely covered in the media. As if this was not enough, Mnangagwa also sanctioned the looting of 1.9 billion of state funds through the illegal and fraudulent sale of shares in Kuimba mining house. The company is led by a private consortium fronted by Mnangagwa's looter-in-chief, Kudakwashe Takwirei. They've been helped by Mtulu Nmure, George Guamatanga, and John Mangunga. 3. Abusing the title and office of the president. Criminals are now taking advantage of Emerson's sliding mental state and coming up with dubious presidential branding projects. These projects have one objective: to loot state resources and create billions of American dollars in slush funds for their criminally enterprise and undermining of the Constitution and the people of Zimbabwe. Some of these schemes include presidential input scheme, presidential bore drilling scheme, presidential rural goat pass-on scheme, presidential bleed sticks grease scheme, presidential cotton scheme, presidential rural horticulture scheme, presidential community fisheries scheme, presidential rural poultry scheme, presidential grain protectant scheme, presidential fertilizer subsidy scheme, presidential housing scheme, presidential youth empowerment scheme, presidential HIPAA pass-on scheme, presidential solar scheme. The e-passport and border management system was marketed as a modernization effort to improve efficiency and security. However, the president and his criminals hijacked this initiative and turned it into another looting scheme. They are looting millions of US dollars per year from this scheme. This organized crime is financing their criminal enterprise, luxury lives, and their efforts to annihilate the Constitution of Zimbabwe at the expense of its people. Again, Kudakwashe Takwirei and Emerson Jr. are at the center of this looting scheme. 5. Dangerous drug dealing. We also have the unfortunate reality that the president and his thieves are dealing in dangerous drugs. Emerson has allowed the Ministry of Health to issue his criminals with permits to deal in dangerous drugs. Wicknell Bio and Hubert Angel are using these permits to sell dangerous drugs to our youth. Ambulances are being used to carry these dangerous drugs across cities. Our youth are being killed with these drugs just for criminals linked to the president to make millions of dollars to support their lavish lifestyle. Surely, a president who is supposed to be a father cannot let this happen around him. No sane person can allow the destruction of his country's future in this way. That's why we are saying Mnangagwa must go. For Zimbabweans, these and more cases listed in this document warrant the impeachment of Emerson. The country cannot afford a mentally ill president.